Hello everybody, I'm Dave. Welcome back to Sailing Madness and welcome to part 3 of my little Scottish sailing adventure. Please excuse all the mess on the boat at the moment. I've been taking full advantage of the laundry facilities here at the marina. I've washed all my clothes and the towels, and the dog's towels, and they're all hanging up drying as I speak. So the good news is the winds have died down. In fact, the sun has come out, so I will be getting off the dock and the adventure will be continuing tomorrow. Now Robin has had to go back home. He's got a corporate event this week, but he should be back before the weekend. But in the meantime, I do have a brand new crew member joining me on the boat, and I'll introduce you to her in just a little while. First of all, I've got a very important job to do. I need to update my sticker wall. Now, if you watched the Dublin video, you'd have seen that I am creating a sticker wall here, and basically every time we visit a new country, I'm going to be adding a sticker of that country to my sticker wall. And I got 2 stickers to add to the wall today. First of all, we have the Isle of Man sticker that's going to go on the wall here, and of course now we're in Scotland, I can add the Scottish sticker as well. Right, okay, so we'll do the Isle of Man sticker first. Funny old logo that, isn't it? Have you seen it? Bizarre. The legs and the feet. Not sure I like that. Anyway, it's going on the wall because we've been there. So I'm going to put that, try and get that nice and straight. There you go. Isle of Man visited, ticked off on the sticker wall. And finally now the Scotland one. I do like the Scotty duck though, I like this one. I'll get this off. And we'll put Scotty, where should we put him? Should we put him here? Well, yeah, let's put him here. There you go. I'll put him here, look, underneath the Welsh one. So as promised, I did say I'd introduce you to our new crew member, and here she is. This is Louisa. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I've just been backpacking around for the past 1.5 months, and now I was hitchhiking in Scotland. And because I really wanted to sail, I posted something in a crewing Facebook group in Scotland, and luckily David replied. And if you've met the dog Chess, I'm in love with her. Yes. I'm probably going to steal her.
And typically my phone starts ringing when we're in the middle of an interview, so I'll just turn my phone off. Hang on. Fucking thing. Whoever you are, fuck off. Right, that's them dealt with. So yes, you're in love with Jess.
Yes.
Everybody's in love with Jess. Everyone loves Jess. Right, so Louisa is with us until Friday, and then she's off to Glasgow to meet some friends. You'll be hitchhiking to Glasgow, will you?
Not sure yet, probably.
Maybe get the bus, we'll see. So we've got about 4 days together, and then after that Robin will be back. So the plan today is we're heading up to the top of Loch Long. There's some nice anchorages en route, and then we're going to go to Lower Loch Fyne tomorrow, and then probably the Isle of Arran on Thursday, but all that is to be confirmed. Right, so we've been going over 3 hours now, and we're just about to enter the start of Loch Long. We've got 11.5 knots of breeze, we're doing 4.5 knots, but we've had 16, 17 knots. We were doing 6.5 knots at one point, heeled over, but it's a nice steady cruise now, and we're due to be at our anchorage at about 4 to 4:30. Well, it's been an absolutely miserable day out on the water, but still thoroughly enjoyable. The rain is coming down. It's been pretty drizzly all day so far. We've had 15 knots of breeze, and now we've got no knots of breeze, so we're motoring. Put the sails away because they were just flapping, but as you can see, even though it's a little bit dull and overcast and the rain is obscuring a lot of view, you can see how stunning this place is, even in these kind of damp and overcast and not very pleasant conditions. And Louisa was doing really well. She's a little star. Done a bit of sailing in the past, so she knows what she's doing. And she always wanted to go faster before, so she wanted to trim the sails. Whereas I was quite happy to leave them and just plod along. She wanted to go faster, which is great. Great to see that. Oh, and by the way, if you watched an earlier video a couple of weeks ago where I said I'd never actually worn my salopettes before, well, I've got them on now. Well, for the first time today, I can feel the sun. It's not going to be around for long though, by the look of the sky. And when the sun comes out, the cameras come out as well. Right, quick engine check. Always like to give it a good little going over while it's running. All looking good, nothing leaking, no oil, no fuel, perfect. What can you smell over there? Okay, so we've made it to the top of Loch Long, and typically as we were picking up the mooring ball, the wind's picked up. But the sun's come out, so we can't complain. What do you think? It's a nice place, isn't it?
Yeah. Then there was a really posh, very beautiful hotel when we were sailing in as well.
Yes, lovely place. No mooring balls outside. We could have stopped in there for a pint of Guinness tonight. But the plan is now we're going to go to the convenience store because we need a few bits.
To make crepe.
Yes. Now tell me about the crepe story. I've never made crepes before.
So on the last sailing boat where I was sailing, we've had a French guy called Arnaud, and his mum owns a crepe shop in the Bretagne. It's a part in France, and he made amazing crepe. So that's where I got the inspiration and the recipe from.
Okay.
And we're gonna attempt to do it here tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay, that sounds good. So we're going to do that. I can see the convenience store over there. I can also see a pub. Let's hope they do Guinness.
Oh, no.
So, do you not like Guinness? Have you ever tried Guinness?
I think I have, but I don't have a good memory of it.
Okay, well,
maybe I'll have to try again.
Tonight, I'll buy you half a pint of Guinness. If you don't like it, I'll finish it. There you go.
All right. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Okay.
Do I have to try now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Try now. Try now. First ever Guinness.
I mean, Jess, come back. I don't know what I think of it. I don't love it, but it's not horrible either. Why is the foam so thick?
Creamy.
I think I'm gonna swap. Thank you.
I'm not convinced you then.
No, sorry.
That means I've got to drink two for myself then. Well, just on the way to the pontoon to take Jess to the bathroom. I've not seen Louisa yet, but the Guinness experiment didn't go well last night, did it? But we're having crepes this morning, so hopefully by the time Jess has done her business, we'll have a bit of breakfast, some nice crepes, and then we'll be on our way to another part of this fabulous part of Scotland. Go on then. That's a good girl. Here's the ungraceful bit. So I love this. This visitor mooring is a registered charity. So all this is being put in by the charity for people like me and local fishermen, local people to use. It's just, I think this is wonderful. Take a look at the sign. Right, so the Loch Long Jetty Association, got their charity number on there. To berth on the jetty up to 4 hours is £4, to berth on the jetty for up to 8 hours is £8, and for us to berth on a visitor mooring per night is £15, but I do have a £20 note, so as it's a charity I don't mind paying a little bit extra. Let's just pop that into the honesty box. There you go. And let's hope that more and more charities like that spring up in places like this, because having a little jetty like this does make it an awful lot easier for people like me, with a dog especially, to get to shore. Well, I think it was coming all the way to the top of Loch Long just to come to this this little town. Lovely pub, great pint of Guinness. Well, I enjoyed it anyway. But look at the scenery, just spin you around, just take a look at this scenery here. And this isn't supposed to be one of the prettiest lochs either. So what we've got in store for the next week or so, couple of weeks, whatever, I can't wait to go see it all. But as you can see, not a breath of wind, so we're going to be motoring back down the loch after breakfast.
So the old man wants to record the crepe making process. So here we've got my little recipe from Arno, and I've sort of calculated it down so it will be suitable for 2 people. We've got some butter, some eggs, some flour, some milk, and because we don't have a mixing bowl, I'm gonna use a pan, and yeah, let's see how it goes. There we go. Alright. So the pan's a bit hot, but we'll see. There we go. It's looking a lot better now, I think. And the next one's going to.
That was really nice. That first one was nice.
Yeah.
Right, so we just set off from the top of Loch Long, and here's a first. I'm towing the dinghy. I think maybe I should have taken the outboard off first, but too late now. Okay, so now we've set off from the top of Loch Long. Let me just show you exactly where we are and where we plan to go today. So if I just zoom in, as you can see, the yellow line is where we've been so far. That's where we left. We're going to come down all the way back to the bottom of Loch Long, up onto the channel, and then we're going to go around the top of the island of Bute, and we're going to come across here, and this I think is where we're going to drop the hook tonight, in a place called Wreck Bay. Let's just hope that that isn't what's heading our way tonight. Do you know what I find amazing coming along these lochs is we are probably over there 200 metres from the shore at the very most, and here we are in, I know this doesn't show right on camera, I know it's flickering, but it's not in real life, but we're in 56 metres of water, 57. So, you know, compared to what it's like at the bay in Conway, you could be a mile offshore and still be in only 15 metres of water there. It's incredibly deep, these lochs, and this is quite shallow. I've seen it deeper than that. I wonder what's at the bottom. No wonder they thought there was a monster at the bottom of one of them. We're in lazy bones. Who's got a lazy bone? Did you have a little sleep? Did you have a little sleep?
Yeah. You're a lazy bum.
Well, Louisa got a wish. We got the wind. We came out the bottom of Loch Long, and it was it started to blow about 12-15 knots. Thing is though, it's blowing on the nose, so we're tacking across the bay now. I've got the easy job on the helm, making the crew member work. Okay, ready about?
Ready?
Help to me.
It's almost too tight actually. Yeah, there we go.
Well, we had a bit of wind, we had a bit of rain, but now the wind has died down and so the motor's back on again. The rain stopped as well. Every time I go and put my full wets on, the rain stops. Every time I take them off, the rain starts. So it looks like it could be raining again, so I'm leaving them on. But it's been a pleasant day sail and we've still got a couple of hours to go till we get to Wreck Bay. Right, well, it's been another great day out on the water. We've just had a bit of a heavy rain shower, but that's just passed. A mixture of motoring and sailing again. So we're about 4 nautical miles now from Wreck Bay, our anchorage for the night, and we've got Loch Striven behind me up there, and this is where we're heading, up the East Kyle. Lots of fishing pots around here. I'm not sure if you can see over there behind me, there's a Royal Navy tanker, the tankers that refuel the ships when they're out to sea. So he's obviously there picking up fuel, and he'll be heading off, I'm sure, to somewhere where the Royal Navy are operating. It's a funny place. It says on the charts as well, a NATO fuel depot. Funny place to have a NATO fuel depot, isn't it? What a beautiful place though. Now the kind of mist is clearing as the rain's gone. What you can see is just absolutely stunning, beautiful. Well, the day had gone absolutely fine until we anchored at Wreck Bay when disaster struck. We've got a line wrapped around the propeller, so I'm going in with a sharp knife to cut it free.
Are you okay?
Take your breath away.
You reckon we can do it?
Oh, I don't know. We've got to. We've got no fucking choice, have we?
Are you sure?
The water was cold enough to take my breath away. I couldn't hold my breath long enough just to put my head under the water, let alone the time needed to swim down to the prop, untangle the line and then come back up again.
I'm a bit scared now.
Yeah, so am I. But after 4 visits to the prop, I got the last of the line off and we were free.
We're
got
free.
it.
Way.
Fuck me. It's quite nice in here. You should come in.
You scared me there a little bit.
Did I?
Yeah.
Scared myself. That's why you should always have a snorkel and a mask and some flippers on a boat. I bought these for when we go to the Caribbean, not when we went to Scotland. Fucking hell. Those sharp knives come in handy as well. But I got a bit scratched up with the barnacles and everything that's on the bottom of the boat, but at least the propeller is now free. Nice little Wreck Bay barbecue area. The Argyle Sea Kayak Trail. Rather sad. Glad you can get through there, I can't. The shore path. Well, after the stresses of last night, it's nice to wake up to a quiet, peaceful, beautiful anchorage. This is Wreck Bay on the Isle of Bute. And I'm getting attacked by midges, so let's get back to the boat because Louisa is doing those crepes for breakfast again. So we are now leaving Wreck Bay and we are heading now down to the Isle of Arran for a stop for a bit of lunch and hopefully some sailing en route as well. So we are well and truly on our way now, and we got a bit of a breeze. We've got 11, nearly 12 knots of breeze. That's apparent wind, and we're doing nearly 5 knots. So our plan is we are heading down to the Isle of Arran to anchor there for a spot of lunch, and then we're going to sail over to Inverkip Marina, where I've got the boat booked in for 2 nights. Louisa is going to be leaving the boat when we get to the marina, or tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon Robin will be back on the boat, and then the plan is we're going to do a bit more sailing around Scotland, but I need to confirm where we're going to go when we decided what we're going to be doing when we look at the weather and decide which way the winds are blowing. But let me just show you on the map where we are heading to now. So as you can see here, we're at the top of the Isle of Bute at Wreck Bay. We came around and we're now heading down this channel here, the West Kyle, and then when we get to the bottom we're heading over to this Loch Long, which is at the top of the Isle of Arran, and that's where we're going to be having some lunch. Right, so we're slowly making our way to our marina for the night, where we'll be doing a crew change tomorrow. And the one thing I've learnt about sailing in Scotland is that the winds are very, very changeable, and a lot of the time you can take with a very big pinch of salt what the predict wind and all the other wind apps tell you that the winds are going to be doing up here, because quite often it's the complete opposite. You know, just today for example, when we left the anchorage this morning, we knew there'd be no wind, got into the channel heading down the side of Bute, and we got a little bit of wind as forecast, and then when we got out into the Inchmarnock channel heading down towards the Isle of Arran, the winds picked up and we were heading straight into the wind. It was right on the nose, and we were struggling to do 2 or 3 knots, even virtually on full power on the engine. So we decided to abort that anchorage, and instead we turned around into the wind and headed more easterly, so we got a bit of wind behind us, then we could get the sails back up, and we were cruising along quite nicely at sort of 4.5, 5 knots with about 15 knots of breeze. And then all of a sudden the winds completely died, and here we are now heading to our marina in virtually no wind. The motor's been on for at least the last hour, and we've got about 6 or 7 miles to go and we'll be in at the marina. But the forecast was for kind of pretty steady winds, 15-20 knots all day, but it's just completely died. Right, we have arrived. We are in Kip Marina. Apparently this is Scotland's premier marina, although my first impressions are I disagree with that statement, but I'll talk about more of that later. But first things first, just as the rain starts to pour down, heading to the showers to get a clean up. Well, she's leaving today. She's been a great crew member. Thank you for being on. Have you enjoyed it?
Thank you, definitely.
Yeah?
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed it.
So where are you heading off to now?
So now I'm heading to Glasgow to visit a friend, and then hopefully up the west coast to do some more camping and hiking. But we'll see.
And to get there, you're doing hitchhiking to get there?
Probably. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so you're going to hitchhike to Glasgow now, that's the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, well good luck and stay safe.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me on the boat.
No worries at all.
Okay, so there she goes, she's off. She's now hitchhiking her way to Glasgow and then meeting up with some friends, and then after that she's heading up north, hitchhiking and staying in youth hostels. Not the sort of holiday I'd like to do, but fair play to her. And she hitchhiked all the way from her home in Switzerland to Norway, where she did a bit of crewing on a sailing boat, did some beach cleaning, volunteered at a festival, then flew to Scotland and has been hitchhiking since she got here. So fair play to her. So a lot of you might be wondering how this came to be. Basically, when I knew I was coming to Scotland, I joined some of the Scottish cruising, sailing Facebook pages, groups, and she put a post on one of those saying that she was in the area and that if there was any crewing opportunities, then people please let her know. So I read the post, I thought, well, do you know what, this is the week that Robin wasn't going to be with me, so it fitted in quite nicely. So I got in touch with her, told her about me, told her about what I was doing, told her about the boat, told her about Jess, and she said, okay, let's meet up. So we met in a public place, had a coffee and a chat. She asked me loads of questions, I asked her questions, and then I said, well, let's come and have a look in the boat so you can see your cabin, see where you'll be sleeping, see what facilities are on the boat. And she came on the boat, had a little look around, and we both agreed to give it a shot. So bit of a gamble for both of us, more so for her obviously, but yeah, no, it's been a good positive experience, and I always knew at some point during my sailing time I would end up taking crew on the boat. I've heard disaster stories from people, I've heard positive stories from people, and this is very much a positive story because she came on the boat and she was prepared to work, and you know, we shared all the chores, we shared the sailing, we shared the crewing, we shared the helming, we shared the sailing, we shared the cooking, we shared the cleaning, and despite the age difference we got on pretty well, and she got something out of it, I got something out of it, and I think you know, very positive for all involved. So looking forward to another crewing adventure with someone else at some point in the future. When that will be, I don't know, but the plan is now we're here at Kip Marina for 2 nights. Robin is coming back later on this afternoon, and then we'll wait and see, and we'll draw a plan as to where we're going to be and what we're going to do next. Not quite ready to go home yet, still enjoying it. So the adventure continues. And that just about does it for today. Thank you so much for your company. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, join me next week for more here in Scotland. As always, do the usual, like and subscribe. And if you're feeling really generous, please consider becoming a patron. For as little as £3 a month, you can help contribute to future episodes. So thank you. Until next time, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye. Fuck's sake, I always bang my fucking head on that. Fucking hell. Hello everybody, I'm Dave. Welcome back to Sailing Madness, and welcome to part 3 of my Scottish sailing adventure. Please excuse the mess. Oh, for fuck off. Poxy fucking phone always rings when I'm trying to record something.